To create a new map, go to File, New Map. Alternatively, Control-N can be hit. In a new map, the width and height of the map can be changed. It can be anything up to 480 by 480, which would be a gigantic map. For these purposes, we're going to make a 32 by 32, that way it loads as fast as possible. The playable map area is the area that the players can actually play in, not the entire map. Tile set can also be modified. These are just the default tile sets. They can be changed once the map is made. And then the initial cliff height can be changed to whatever. Random height field is never used, and I wouldn't recommend using that. For more advanced uses, water level can be set to initially very deep water, and the initial cliff height can be something like 8 or 6. And let's actually go ahead and do that, because these are the maps you should always start with. Well, no, let's start with no water. That way it's just easy to work with. From here, under Advanced, tile set can be modified. You want to click Use Custom Tile Set, and then from there you can add additional textures and remove textures. So the only textures that cannot be removed are the ones with red on them, but all the others can. And we'll go ahead and click OK. Under Advanced, you can also modify the gameplay constants, like ally trading and chromat and so on. There's a lot of useful stuff in here. And to actually modify them, you want to hit Use Custom Gameplay Constants. Game interface can also be changed. These are like the various icons, practically everything, all the menus can all be changed right here. View entire map can be used to view the entire map. Alternatively, Control, Shift, and back arrow can be used to modify the fog of war thing. So let's go back up and you'll see what I'm talking about. See this black stuff right here? Oh, now I can't see anything. That is a black mask thingamajig, and this can be removed with Control, Shift, up arrow, or back arrow. So back arrow removes it, and up arrow adds it in. Control arrow, so Control up arrow zooms in, Control back arrow zooms out. Just useful stuff now. Terrain can be copied. So if we go under the Tool palette, Terrain palette, highlight Terrain, Control C, Control V, there it is, and just left click to paste. From here, terrain can also be modified, like rotations and whatnot. And to do that, you go under right here. You can rotate the selection and mirror it. That's rather useful when you're creating arenas where you want everything to be mirrored and be the exact same. You copy the terrain up here, paste it there, and then mirror it. Finally, you can go into the map description, options, size and camera bounds. So the camera bounds are what the player sees, and the map bounds is the actual size of the map. Camera bounds can be changed in-game as well, but the map bounds can only be changed right here. The loading screen, so like use a custom one and so on. And then various preferences. So set the sky there, time of day, and so forth. Finally, there are player properties. So right here, you can add other players in. You typically want use fixed start locations, and use custom force settings with fixed player settings. So can add another force here, and then add another player, so like a computer. Always make them all the same race. It's kind of weird if they aren't. And then move that there and make them allied. So now when the game starts, this will be stuck as a computer and this will be stuck as a user. Players will not be able to change them because of this fixed player settings right here. They will also not be able to change whether they're allied or not with another player. It's all set. The other stuff isn't so useful. This is especially not useful right here. So you just want the forces and players properties. Then when you hit save, if locations weren't placed, it'll say save locations. And how I saved just now was I hit Control plus S. Alternatively, you can go save map. And then you can just do my map. And it'll save. And save it again. Did you notice how a new window came up the second time I saved it? Whenever you're saving a map under a new name, the little JAS helper thing up here will not run. So if you have any custom script, that won't be messed with. And so your map will not be playable. So whenever you're changing the name or something, always do a second save. Whenever you're closing a map, if it's asking you to save, don't save because the little JAS helper thing won't run. Save the map, then close it. Same with the closing world editor. Whenever you're testing a map, once again, save, then test map. If you do test map and that saves for you, JAS helper won't run, and so your map won't be playable, and you'll be thrown into the Warcraft 3 screen, wondering what's going on. From here there are various editors: the trigger editor, sound editor, object editor, and so forth. The main ones you'll be working with are the trigger editor, right there, the sound editor, right here, maybe not so much. Object editor, definitely. This has things like units, items, doodads, and destructibles in it. It'll start up. Not the AI editor or the object manager, but definitely the import manager. This is where you import custom models and whatnot. Go ahead and close those out. This main window here is the terrain editor, and it has various little palettes here where you can place things, like doodads, trees, and whatnot. Units. I don't recommend using pre-placed units. Regions. These are like areas on the map, so I can make a region here. And there's a new area. Oh. When this is on, that creates new regions whenever I left click. When it's off, you have to hit escape to turn it off. Then I can select regions and whatnot. You can escape in any of these. So like in unit palette, I can click a unit and spread it around. I just hit Control Z now to undo. And then I'm hitting escape now to get rid of that spreading around. So I can place a unit, escape, and select it. And then hit enter to view its properties. This is once again not recommended to do. But it is recommended to use these regions here. And to possibly even use these cameras. I've never actually used this editor, but it's a good editor to use. These regions are used for things like weather effects, so weather effect right there, sounds, and they can be used for perhaps when a unit enters this region, do something crazy, or a dungeon area, or something else like that. So if you've ever played an ORPG, it might have 6 different item areas or something for item drops. I'm going to go ahead and delete that by hitting the delete key. And then I'm going to save the map. And close it. At which point we're back out to nothing.